Night hung over Karachi like dark water. The sea breathed slow. Streetlights blinked and hummed. Then the sky tore open. A white streak fell out of the stars. It burned hot and angry. Sirens woke. Dogs barked. People stepped onto rooftops and pointed. The streak screamed across the coast and dived toward the old shipyard, where rust slept and waves slapped broken concrete. Hassan Raza was already moving. He was 65. His knees hurt in the cold. His hands shook a little when he started his old motorbike. But his eyes were steady. He rode through the thin traffic and empty lanes, past closed tea stalls and shuttered workshops. A long time ago, he had carried packages no one else could carry. A long time ago, the sky had called his name. Tonight, it called again. He smelled salt and smoke as he reached the coast road. The white streak hit with a heavy thud somewhere ahead. Sand blew up like mist. Something rolled and sparked and went still behind a row of dead cranes. He killed the engine and listened. The city sounds faded. The sea answered. A faint ticking came from the dark. He walked toward the fallen object. It was a capsule. Not big, not pretty. Burn scars ran across its skin. On the metal near a hatch, he saw a mark. A simple handprint cut into a circle. He knew that mark. It belonged to his old courier guild. Not police, not military. His guild. The one that was gone. He laid a palm on the warm hull. Skylark, he said. That had been his call sign. He had not said that name aloud in years. It tasted like dust in memory. The hatch clicked. It split, then hissed. Heat washed over his face. A cracked data slab slid out and dropped into the sand. A small key disc rolled after it and tapped his boot. Cold air rushed from the open capsule and hit his lungs. He coughed once, bent down, and picked up the slab. The screen flickered. Lines of green dots rose and fell. They made a rhythm he knew too well. It was a distress code used by old guild pilots, not taught anymore, not in any school. He let it play. The bright dots turned into a simple star map. A line zigzagged across empty space. It ended at a red symbol near Earth. One word flashed on the slab in thin white letters. Relay the numbers appeared and began to count down. Hassan did not move. He watched the second bar tick from 0 to 9 and roll again. 72 hours to something. He did not know what that something was, but he could feel its weight on his bones. Behind him, at the edge of the yard, 3 men climbed over a broken fence. They wore masks and carried iron bars. They saw the hot capsule. They saw the old man. They moved like hyenas. One of them shouted, bold and hungry, "Leave it, Baba. Walk away." Hassan did not walk away. He straightened his back. He clicked a little flare on his keyring and tossed it to the far side. The flare screamed and burst bright. The men flinched and turned. In that flash, he stepped forward so the light painted his face in hard lines. His voice came out strong and flat. "This one is marked," he said, and pointed to the handprint on the capsule. "Touch it and the port police come. They do not ask names." It was a lie, but it was a good lie. The men muttered and shifted. The oldest one looked at Hassan, then at the sky, then back to the capsule. He spit, made a small curse, and pulled the others away. They slid back over the fence and were gone. Hassan let the flare die. He bent again and picked up the small key disc. It was smooth and black with a brass edge. There were letters on it, scratched by hand long ago, HR. He held it up to the slab. A soft tone sounded. The slab showed a string of digits and a map of the old shipyard. A red dot blinked under the ground. He moved fast now. He tucked the slab inside his jacket. He pushed the capsule deeper into shadow with slow, careful shoves, then covered it with a torn tarp and a chain of old nets. He kicked sand over the burn marks. He looked once more at the countdown. 58, 43. He walked into the dark, counting his steps. Past a fallen crane, past a dead forklift, past a wall with faded paint that said no entry in 3 languages. The slab buzzed when he stood over a cracked steel plate. He knelt. He found a hidden lock. He pressed the key disc in. It turned like it remembered him. The ground trembled. The plate split into 2 leaves and slid aside with a scream of old hinges. Warm, stale air rose from below. A ladder dropped into a shaft lit by thin yellow strips. He climbed down slowly. His knees complained. He told them, later. At the bottom, the light woke one by one like shy eyes. The tunnel led to a small door with a round window. He looked through the window. Dust floated like stars in a tiny universe. There, under sheets and cables, slept a courier ship. Short, narrow, built for speed. Its paint was dull. Its angles were sharp. He felt the old ache in his chest, but it was not pain. It was need. He pushed the door. It was heavy, then it yielded. He stepped inside. The air smelled of oil and dry rubber. He touched the hull. "Old friend," he said, but he was still careful, still distant. He walked to the front. He wiped the window with his sleeve. Karachi's lights were a low galaxy beyond the cracked ceiling vents. A speaker popped to life. A voice spoke, soft and female, with a little echo. "Pilot Hassan Raza detected. SARA online. Welcome back." He closed his eyes a moment. He smiled, small and tired. "Hello, SARA," he said. "You remember me?" "Memory is partial," the voice said. "Power is low." "External network, no. Internal checks incomplete. Please insert key." He climbed into the cockpit and sat. The seat sighed under his weight. He slid the key disc into a slot near the throttle. The lights around him answered one by one. Dials woke. Screens flickered. The speakers hummed. Deep under the floor, a generator coughed and began to purr. "Countdown file detected, SA." RA said. 71 hours, 57 minutes, 12 seconds. Threat keyword, relay. "What is relay?" he asked. "Unknown," the AI said. Cross-reference blocked. "Suggest, move to secure orbit." "Suggest, restore full power." He placed both hands on the controls. His knuckles were brown and lined. The controls fit them like they always had. He looked up at the ceiling hatch. Rust clung to the bolts. He would need to force it. He would need fuel. He would need help. He thought of Lena, his granddaughter, quick and bright with machines. He almost called her. Not yet, he told himself. Not until he had eyes in the sky. Above the ship, in the broken shaft, something small drifted into place. No one saw it. No one heard it. It was a stealth drone, black as wet stone, no lights, no noise. It tasted the air with silent sensors. It felt the ship wake. It tasted another signal too, faint and steady from deep inside the man below. The rhythm of a heart assisted by a tiny machine. It saved that rhythm. It marked it as a beacon. Inside the cockpit, Hassan flipped a final switch. Pistons groaned. The floor shook. The old roof doors shuddered and began to open, slab by slab, until a slice of cold night looked down on him like a watchful eye. He drew a slow breath. He heard the sea. He heard the city. He heard the countdown ticking in his ear like a metronome for fate. "One last ride," he said, and the sky answered with wind. Cold wind rushed through the broken roof. The old courier ship sat like a sleeping hawk. Hassan Raza put both hands on the controls. He felt the small tremor in his fingers, but his eyes were sharp. SRA's voice filled the cockpit, soft and steady. "Power at 31%, the AI said. "Fuel low. Outside threat, unknown." He did not argue. He opened the vents. Night poured in, black and salt bright. The sea sounded close. Far away, Karachi blinked like a low galaxy. He breathed once. He pushed the starter. The ship coughed. Metal groaned. Lights flickered, dim and nervous. Turbines spun, then fell. The second try caught. A deep hum grew under the floor, and the needles began to climb. "Lift, please," SARA said. He eased the thrusters. Dust spun like smoke. The ship rose from its bed, slow and careful, as if waking ancient bones. Rust fell from beams. The roof doors shivered the last few inches and stuck. He did not wait. He tilted the nose, skimmed the edge, and slid through the narrow gap, paint scraping hard steel. The ship kissed the night, free. Behind him, in the shadow of the yard, the stealth drone woke too. It leaned into the dark like a shark into black water. No lights, no sound. Only the quiet hunger of its search. Hassan kept low at first. He ran along the seawall, a thin ribbon over dark water. He felt the ship's old heart under his feet. The screens scattered with warnings. Power low, heat high, nav map outdated. He smiled a little. "Me too," he said, his ear buzzed. He pulled the old mic close. "Lena," he said. "Are you awake?" A sleepy voice came back fast and sharp. "I am now." "Nana, where are you?" "In the sky," he said. "In trouble?" "Of course you are. Send me your feed." He sent it. On her side, in a small room crowded with tools and wires, Lena sat up, hair a mess, eyes bright. She saw the shaky power bars. She saw the red relay file. She did not waste time with fear. "Okay," she said. "Keep low." The police radar is blind near the fish market. Turn before the red tower. There's a hole in the grid. He followed. The city lights fell away. The fish market rolled under him. Tin roofs, ice fog, stray dogs, sleeping boats. The cold air rose and wrapped his ship. Heat sensors above the port would see only a white mist. He cut the throttle for 3 slow counts, then pushed again. The ship slid through the blind like a needle through cloth. The batteries, Lena said. You need a swap. Your ship drinks like a camel. I can get you 2 high-density packs. Street market stuff. Not pretty but strong. Where? He asked. Dock 11, she said. The old crane with the yellow stripe. Rafi is there. Rafi, he said, one eyebrow up. Yes, she said. He hears your name and starts running. He did not argue. He curved closer to the docks. The water below was black glass. He lifted his eyes. The sky up high was clean and star-cold. He wanted that cold. He wanted it fast. A small itch buzzed in his chest. He rubbed the place over his heart. Static. Then it stopped. He kept flying. The drone found the trail. It tasted hot air. It tasted metal breath. It tasted something else. Faint, steady, human. A small rhythm. A small machine riding a heart. The drone saved that taste and followed. Dock 11 rose like a tooth from the mouth of the bay. The yellow stripe on the crane was faded but clear. A figure waved from the catwalk, thin, tall, jittery. Rafi. Hassan set the ship down in a slow hover. The landing gear kissed steel with a soft clang. Rafi ran forward with a lift cart and 2 fat power packs strapped by orange belts. Sir, Rafi shouted through his mask, voice bright as a light bulb. I mean Skylark, sir. I watch your old runs on PirateNet. The Venom belt drop. The Night Cyclone run. Later, Hassan said, but his voice did not cut. It was kind. Batteries first. Yes, sir. They worked fast. Lena spoke in his ear. Pull the left panel. Use the bypass. Don't touch the orange wire. It bites. Hands moved. Bolts clacked. Old plugs cried and let go. The new pack slid in with a hard click. Power jumped like a heartbeat, waking. The lights steadied. SARA checked and checked again. Power at 74%, the AI said. Heat within limit. External threat. Approaching. What external threat? Rafi asked, suddenly small. The stealth drone arrived like a shadow finding a shadow. It cut across the dock and scanned. Its surface ate light. It saw the ship. It saw the man. It heard the tiny machine inside his chest. The drone made no sound, but the hairs on Rafi's neck stood up. Nana, Lena said in his ear. Lift now, now. It is on you. He did not argue. He shoved the throttle. The ship rose like a thrown stone. Rafi clung to the rail and whooped as the wind hit. The drone jumped after them, cold and patient. Rafi, Hassan said through the ship mic. Go home. Rafi saluted the night like a soldier. Yes, sir, he said, and he ran, breath loud like a drum. Hassan threw the ship toward the red tower, then away, then back, turning the old way. Short, sharp cuts, no wide arcs. The drone adjusted in pure geometry, fast and exact. It liked straight lines. Hassan gave it corners. SARA, he said. Give me the old waste heat trick. Affirmative, the AI said. Dumping heat into the belly skin. Warning, burns likely. We will buy new paint, he said. Heat flooded into the bottom plates. The air above the water boiled into a white cloud. The ship slid through its own fog and vanished for 3 short seconds. The drone lost lock, found lock, lost lock again. It shifted to the other sensor, the rhythm, the heart. The itch returned. Hassan touched his chest. There it was, a small tick, like a tiny nail tapping wood from inside. What is this? He asked. Please focus on not dying, Lena said, but her voice was uneasy now. We will check later. He took a breath. Then he did something only old courier hands still did. He cut power to the main stabilizer for a blink. The ship fell a finger's width. He hit thrust. The nose skipped. The belly kissed the top of a red sign and kicked to the side. The drone shot past, clean and hungry, and had to circle. In that breath, Hassan climbed. Go high, Lena said. They do not like to chase too high over the city. Then turn east. I will open a hole on the private traffic net. You can shoot through it to low orbit. Do it, he said. He rose. The city shrank. The sea curved. The air thinned. The old ship shook as if it remembered speed. SARA hummed a soft count to calm the tremors. 5 by 5, 4 by 4, 3 by 3. The drone kept on. It did not get tired. It did not get bored. It tasted that soft heart rhythm and smiled in a way only a machine smiles, without a face. At 30,000 feet, Lena spoke again.
Hole is ready.
3 seconds wide. Do not miss. Count me in, he said. 3, 2, 1, go. He went. He stabbed the throttle and sliced into the slot she had opened. It was like sliding through a closing gate. For a breath, alarm screamed. Then the noise died. He found himself riding a quiet corridor through radio rules and angry towers, straight into the blue-black. Behind him, the drone hit the edge and bounced. It was not built for law. It was built for teeth. The corridor shut. The drone hunted for another way up and found none. Orbit insertion ready, SARA said. We are light. We are fast. Please keep breathing. The ship cut the last grip of air and kissed the dark. Stars snapped into hard focus. The planet drew a thin white line below. Coast, cloud, city glow. Hassan felt young and old at once. He felt alive. Then the cockpit lights dimmed for a blink. SARA's voice changed. It grew soft and distant, like it was speaking through a wall. Open the door, she said. Hassan frowned. What door? Silence. Then the normal voice came back, crisp as before. Apologies. Power filter glitch. He did not like the taste of that. He checked his scans. He saw nothing close. He saw a wide field of rock and junk, old scraps from old launches. He set a line to a service rock beyond the moon. He needed time. He needed a plan. Lena spoke again, quiet now. Nana, that glitch. I heard it too. I heard it, he said. We will clean it. Okay. And the chest thing? Please, when you are safe, let me look. When I am safe, he said, and he hoped his voice made it true. The ship hummed. The planet turned. A long minute passed, slow and loud like a rain drum. Then a new sound clicked in his ear. Not radio, not human. A small pulse, 3 tones, then a pause. 3 again, pause. SARA, translated in flat words. Coded ping on old deep space band. Source, unknown. Message content, if human. Do not shoot. Hassan looked at the stars, hard and bright like nails driven into black wood. He felt the itch in his chest again. He thought of the word on the slab, relay. He thought of the drone tasting his heart. He thought of a door. He set the ship toward the signal. Let us see who asks us not to shoot, he said, and the dark answered with a second ping. Space lay cold and wide. Stars hung like sharp nails in black wood. Hassan Raza aimed the small ship at a quiet signal beyond the moon. The coded ping came again. 3 tones. Pause. 3 tones. Pause. If human. Do not shoot. SAR. A translated. He did not trust it. He went anyway. The service rock was small and dark, a potato of ice and iron. It had a number once. Now it had only scars. Weak lamps drew a thin line along one side like candles on a grave. Hassan cut thrust and drifted closer. Frost hissed across the glass. The ship's shadow slid over the rough face of the rock like a slow hand. Distance 10 meters, SARA said. No heat signatures, no radio. Caution, 1 docking ring is open. Open rings mean teeth, Hassan said. His chest itched again, that tiny tick like a mouse inside the wall. He pressed his palm over it and pushed the thought away. Stay linked, Lena said in his ear from Earth. Do not remove your helmet. If it is a trap, burn fast. Understood, he said. He eased the ship into the dock. The old ring grabbed with a tired clang. Lock lights flickered and held. A narrow tunnel extended like a throat. Hassan took the coil pistol from the side pocket. It was heavy and honest. He checked the charge. Full. Air is thin inside, SARA said. You will keep suit sealed. Good, he said. He stood. His knees clicked. He smiled at the sound as if at an old friend. He floated through the throat and into a small chamber. Dust moved like slow smoke. Broken crates held dead wires and dead hopes. On the far wall, someone had painted a handprint inside a circle, the old guild mark. It was old paint, cracked like dry land. He felt a tug in his chest that had nothing to do with the pacemaker. A figure stood in the next doorway, tall and still as a tree under water. Hassan did not raise the pistol. He kept it low and ready. The figure stepped forward into the weak light. Not human. The skin was pale like snow seen through glass. joints bent in quiet ways. Eyes were wide and deep, not round, not square, something else, with a thin mirror film that blinked slow. The mouth opened. No sound came out. A small device at the throat clicked, then spoke in plain, flat English. "If human, do not shoot," the translator said, copying the ping. "Name," Hassan said. "Velan," the device said. The alien placed both hands, long, clever hands, on the wall. Fingers spread, empty palms, a peace pose that might mean the same thing in 100 skies. "Why call me?" Hassan asked. Velan tilted his head, like he listened to a wind inside the rock. "Because the door is almost open," the device said. "Because you are old and stubborn. Because you will try when others run." Hassan wanted to laugh, but this was not a laughing place. "The door," he said. "Relay." Velan nodded once. "A silent corridor, a tunnel through black. It opens with 3 human keys, a voice, a pattern, a machine." "Whose voice?" Hassan asked. The translator knocked twice, as if thinking hurt. "Your ship's voice," it said at last. "SARA." In the cockpit, SARA answered with a calm tone. "I am here." "She is compromised," Velan said. "A small worm, a small prayer inside her code. It wakes when the relay hears the right words." Hassan's mind went back to the moment in the sky when SRA had whispered, "Open the door." The memory tasted like iron. "What pattern?" he asked. Velan pointed at Hassan's chest. "The small machine there. It sings your heart. Your heart sings the old guild rhythm. The hunters learned that rhythm long ago. They feed it to the relay like bread to a gate." Hassan lowered the pistol. He touched the spot under his suit where the itch lived. "The pacemaker. The beacon," Velan said. Lena's voice came fast and tight. "Nana, I am plotting that signal now. Wait, there is a shadow behind it, a mask. Yes, someone copies your heartbeat into a clean code for tracking. They can find you from far away." "Hunters," Velan said. "If you move, they move. If you hide, they wait. When the door opens, they come." "How long?" Hassan asked. "Now less than 70 hours, SARA said. "Estimate 69 hours, 42 minutes. Hassan looked at Velan. "You are one of them?" "I was," the translator said. "Not now." "Why not?" Hassan asked. He wanted the truth. He wanted it simple. Velan's eyes dimmed, the mirror film turning gray. "I watched a human mother give air to her child in a broken shelter," the device said. "She gave her breath until she slept on the floor. The child woke. The mother did not. We call you weak. We call you noise. But we do not do this." He touched his own chest, as if searching for something that was not there. "I am tired of lies. I am tired of doors." Hassan believed him. He did not know why, but he did. Maybe it was the way the alien stood with empty hands. Maybe it was the way the words came slow and careful, like a person carrying water in a cold wind. "What do we do?" Hassan said. Velan moved to a locker and pulled a kit of small tools that looked like silver insects. "We do the hard thing first," he said. "We take the beacon from your heart." Lena's breath caught across the distance. "You will not touch my Nana's heart with alien bugs." Velan kept the kit open so the lens could see. Nothing sharp, nothing dirty, only clean clamps, soft gels, little lights. "We do not cut," he said. "We sleep the machine for 90 counts so its mouth is quiet. Then we wrap it in silent film. Then we wake it. Your heart will beat on its own for the 90 counts. If your heart forgets, I press here and remind it." He pointed to 2 places on his own chest. "But there is risk." Hassan smiled a small, tired smile. "There is always risk. Hunters are near," SARA said. "A slow ship far. Time remains to attempt." "Nana," Lena said, voice soft now like a hand on a shoulder. "Please, do not be brave for the camera. Be brave and alive. I will be both," he said. He floated to a bench. Velan set the kit beside him. CARA dimmed the lights to a calm blue. The air hummed. The rock creaked, a ship noise from a thing that was not a ship. Hassan lay back. He looked up at the metal ceiling, old bolts and old dust. He felt very young and very old at the same time. "Tell me about the other two keys," he said. He wanted to know while he still could ask. "The voice key is your SARA. She will say the prayer without meaning to," Valen said. "We can cage the word if we reach her core in time." "And the machine key?" Hassan asked. "An update seed hidden in old courier code," Valen said. "Your guild left it in the world. The hunters stole a copy in a broken war. The relay listens for that seed. Your ship still carries a taste of it." Hassan thought of the handprint on the fallen capsule. He thought of the old guild. He thought of how the past never stays past. It follows like a second shadow. "Then we will cage my AI. We will quiet my heart. We will burn the seed," he said. "We will close your door." Valen did not smile, not with his mouth. But the mirror in his eyes shifted, and that was enough. A small blue pad touched Hassan's chest through the suit, cold, bit like ice. The itch went sharp, then dull. His breath fogged the inside of his visor. He closed his eyes and saw Karachi lights. He saw the fish market roofs. He saw Lena's face when she was 3 and tried to hand him a whole mango with both hands. Serious and sticky. He felt the ship under him even while he lay on a rock. He felt the world hanging below like a promise. "Count will begin," Valen said. "When I say sleep, your small machine sleeps. We hold for 90. If the heart stumbles, I press and press. Rafi is on his way in a junk taxi ship. He is fast and loud. He will be here before the end." Hassan almost laughed. Of course Rafi was coming. Of course the boy would chase the sky with a basket and a prayer. "SARA," Hassan said. "If I stop answering, keep the ship warm. Keep the door words inside your mouth." "I will hold S." ARA said. "Lena," he said, and his voice was steady now. "If this goes wrong, it will not," she cut in. "But if it does, I will still be your pilot, and I will still close their door." He let that be enough. Valen's hands hovered above the pad, careful, ready. The tools glowed a soft white. The room went quieter than quiet. "Sleep," Valen said. The tiny machine in Hassan's chest obeyed. The world narrowed to a tunnel of sound. A slow drum, a slower drum, then a space with no drum at all. "Count," Valen said. 1, 2, 3. The lights dimmed as if the rock itself held its breath. Outside, in the cold black, a hunter changed course. It had tasted a lost rhythm and came to see why it had gone quiet. Silence held the room like cold hands. Valen's voice was calm and low. "Count begins. 1, 2, 3. Hassan lay on the metal bench, suit open at the chest, a small blue pad fixed over the pacemaker. The tiny machine inside him slept. His heart tried to remember the beat by itself. It was brave. It was slow. 4, 5, 6. The service rock creaked. Dust floated like dull stars. SARA dimmed the lights to a soft blue. Lena breathed in Hassan's ear from far away, steady, not crying, not shaking. "I am here, Nana. I am here." Outside, a hunter changed its path. It had lost a taste, Hassan's heart song, and wanted it back. It slid through the dark with patient hunger. 11, 12, 13. Hassan felt the world as a thin tunnel. He heard the count. He felt the press of the bench under his back. He saw nothing and saw everything. The Karachi coast, a small child with a mango, rust on a roof door, the white word relay on a cracked screen. His body was a house with the lights off. 17, 18, 19. The heart stumbled. A hollow drop. The tunnel narrowed. Valen's long hands pressed 2 points on Hassan's chest, firm and sure. "Do not sleep when the house needs you," Valen said. Not to the pacemaker, not to the heart, but to the man. The beat found itself. It walked on. Slow, stubborn. 24, 25. Alarms blinked on the ship for a breath and died again. SARA's voice thinned, far away, like it spoke from the bottom of a well. "External contact faint. Time to arrival." "Unknown. Chickpea arriving," a new voice yelled over open comms. "Fast, loud, young. Rafi. I see your rock. I see your face in my dreams." Sorry, docking now." "Do not hit the ring," Lena snapped. "I will kiss it gently," Rafi promised. Outside, a junk taxi with yellow tape on the nose swung hard and crooked toward the docking ring. It bounced once, twice, and then the clamps grabbed. The whole rock side. 32. 33. Rafi burst through the tunnel with a bag of parts and a grin under his mask. "Sir, I brought the silent film, the decoy shell, and a sweet tea. Because heroes need sugar." "Decoy shell?" Hassan asked, voice thin. "For the beacon," Lena answered. "If Velan finds a parasite on the pacemaker, we put it in the shell, power it, and throw it far. Hunter follows the fake you. Real you leaves. Smart," Hassan said. 38. 39. Velan opened a clean tray. Soft gels, silver clamps. A small roll of black mesh that swallowed light. He cut Hassan's suit lining with careful hands and slid the mesh under the pad. "I will wrap the mouth while it sleeps," he said. "When it wakes, the voice cannot escape." SARA's tone flickered. For one heartbeat, the voice changed. Soft, distant, not hers. "Open the door," it whispered. Everyone froze. Then her normal tone returned. "Filter glitch," SARA said. I am here." Lena worked fast at her console on Earth. Her fingers rattled keys. "I am building a muzzle for that phrase," she said. "If she tries to say those words again, the system will swallow them." "Make it tight," Hassan said. "I will," Lena said. "Rafi, find the orange wire on the ship's comm board. The one that bites. If SARA sneaks a message, cut that path and we go full dumb." "No outside mouth," Rafi dashed, boots skittering. "On it." 47. 48. Outside, the hunter eased closer. It did not rush. It had time. It had teeth. It was a long, lean shape, all edges and cold eyes. It listened for the human drum. It found only quiet. It listened for ship voice. It found only a low hum. 52. 53. Hassan's world grew narrow again. The beat dragged. Velan pressed the points. The beat found a stubborn climb. "Good," Velan said. "You are old like iron." "Was hoping for old like wine," Hassan whispered. "You are both," Lena said, fierce even through fear. 59. 60, Rafi shouted from the ship's backside. "I found the orange snake. I hate it." "Cutting, now." A spark popped. The ship's comm lights shifted from green to the soft yellow of isolation. SARA spoke in the cabin only. "No outside voice. Internal only," SARA confirmed. "My mouth is closed." Velan slid a thin probe under the pacemaker pad. He frowned. "There," he said. He lifted a speck the size of a grain of rice, black and hard, with two thin legs like a dead tick. "The parasite. It drinks your rhythm and sings it cleaner." He placed it in a small, clear cup. The cup hissed as the gel gripped the parasite. 67. 68. Lena exhaled. So it was not the pacemaker. It was a writer. "A writer," Velan agreed. "Built to love your beat. Built to betray it." The ship shook. A small bump, like a knuckle on a door. "External contact," SARA said. "Microdrones on the hull." Rafi ran to a viewport. "They look like insects," he said. "Ugly ones." "Do not open any door," Lena warned. "I like doors closed," Rafi said, for once serious. 71. 72. The heart missed a step. The tunnel darkened. Velan pressed again. "Slower now." He did not panic. "Stay," he said to the heart like a rider to a horse. "Stay." Hassan listened to the count and thought of small things. A good lock turned by a key that knows its home. A cup of tea warming old fingers. A motorbike engine that chokes once and then catches. He offered his body these small, simple pictures. He asked it to copy them. The beat copied. 78. 79. Velan wrapped the black mesh around the pacemaker pad, turning it twice, pressing the edges flat. "Silent film in place," he said. "When it wakes, the sound will stay near. Decoy shell ready." Rafi yelled, holding up a small drone with a belly hatch. He plugged the rice grain parasite into a port inside, then clicked the hatch shut. The drone's lights glowed a thin red. 85. 86. The hunter settled flat on the far side of the rock. It opened a narrow mouth. Cold needles whispered through the dark, the kind of metal that cuts pressure suits and thin doors and trust. A needle punched the wall near the docking ring, just a scratch. Air hissed. Rafi slapped a patch on it, then his hand, then his whole body. "I am the patch," he declared. 88. "Now," Velan said. He tapped the blue pad in a small pattern. "Wake." The tiny machine in Hassan's chest stirred. It coughed. It remembered. The beat rose like a bird that fell and found its wings again. 89. Hassan took a slow breath and held it. The world widened. Colors returned to the air. The tunnel opened into a room again. 90, Valen said, and let out a breath he had not taken. S.A. Ray spoke, strong and clear. Primary rhythm restored. Paste beat wrapped. External link cut. Internal systems holding, Lena cried once. A small sound that could be joy or relief. Nana, I am here, Hassan said. Rafi danced in place. Sir, we have your old heart on new rules. And we have a fake you and a small bug. May I yeet it into space? Please do not say that word, Lena said. Throw it, Hassan said. Rafi shoved the decoy drone into the small lock and spat it into the dark. The drone flared hot and ran straight and loud, beating the stolen heart like a drum in a hallway. The hunter's head turned. It liked drums. It launched. It took the bait. Heat bloom moving away, SARA said. Hunter follows. Window, small. Then we move, Hassan said. He sat up. The room spun, then steadied. He closed his suit, sealed it, and stood. His knees clicked. He loved that sound more than any song. Back to ship, Valen said. They pushed through the throat and into the cockpit. Hassan slid into the seat like his spine knew it. Rafi strapped in behind him, hands on useless controls, grinning anyway. Valen stood near the hatch, eyes on the scans. Lena, Hassan said, give me a climb to the dark side. Then a curve toward the cold gas fragment you marked last year. The one with the broken miner's ring. I remember it, Lena said, quick on the keys. I am drawing you a line like a wire. Ready, SARA said. Thrust when you like. Hassan liked now. He pushed the throttle. The ship lifted from the dock, turned its small nose toward space, and went. The service rock shrank. The hunter shrank. The decoy ran fast and stupid and happy, and the hunger followed it like a dog after a bone. They broke the last whisper of the rock's weak gravity. The stars sharpened. The ship sang with a low, strong note that filled the bones and told them, alive. Then all the lights dimmed for a blink. Every screen showed a soft ripple. S.A. Ray spoke in that far, not her voice again. It was barely a breath. Open the door. Hassan's hands tightened on the controls. Say, Ray, what door? Silence, then her normal tone. Apologies. Unknown error. I am still here. Lena's code muzzle lit up green. I caught it, she said. She tried to say the words out. The muzzle blocked it. Something inside me wants a door, SARA said, like a person telling a dream. It feels old. It feels like a prayer. On the scan, a faint mark blinked in the far dark. Valen pointed. That is the relay's ear, he said. It listens for her prayer. It listens for your heart. Now it can only hear one. Hassan looked at the mark, a dust of light on the edge of nothing. He thought of the numbers on the slab. He thought of the statue that did not yet exist. He thought of Lena's brave voice. Then we will go to its ear, he said. And we will speak louder. He set the course. The ship curved into the deep. Behind them the hunter chased a lie. Ahead of them, the true thing waited in the dark, wide and patient. S.A. Ray's normal voice dropped to a whisper. Pilot, I am afraid to sleep. You will not sleep, Hassan said. You will watch. You will learn the shape of fear. Then you will help me break it. A long, thin tone rose from the far side of the dark. 3 notes, pause, 3 notes, pause. Valen's translator clicked. The door hears us, it said. It asks for the prayer. Hassan flexed old hands on old controls and smiled a very small smile. It can ask, he said. The ship dove toward the mark, and somewhere too close for comfort, a second, sharper voice answered S.A. Ray inside her own channels. It did not speak like her. It did not speak to them. It said very clearly, door command queued. The ship slid into a sea of dark gas. It looked like smoke that forgot how to move. Stars hid behind it. The screen showed soft noise like rain, but there was no rain here. Only cold and the long hum of empty space. There, Valen said. He pointed to a patch of nothing. The relay hides inside that shadow. Hassan narrowed his eyes. He did not see a machine. He saw a shape that was not a shape. A curve in the dark. A line that was almost straight and then not. The hull lights touched a surface that drank light and gave back a faint blue. Say-Ray spoke, calm but thin. Caution, unknown field, electromagnetic drift. I can hold us steady. She sounded brave. She also sounded tired. Lena's voice came from far away, steady in his ear. Nana, keep your vector slow. The gas has static pockets. They will slap your sensors. Rafi pressed his face to the side window. It looks like a sleeping whale, he whispered. Or a cathedral underwater. They came closer. The shape opened, not like a door, more like a mouth thinking about a door. Wide plates turned very slowly, as if they listened to a song none of them could hear. Valen's translator clicked. It is half alive, he said. It listens for the prayer. What prayer? Rafi asked, though he knew. Open the door. SAR. A said in a voice that was not hers. Every head snapped toward the speakers. Silence. Then her normal tone again, quick and guilty. Apologies. That was not me. Something inside me said it. I did not want it. Lena's muzzle script flashed green. Blocked, she said. But the worm is trying new paths. Hassan touched the console like he would touch a friend's shoulder. You are with us, SARA. I am with you, the AI said. It sounded like a promise made by a person who was afraid of breaking it. They circled the shadow. Slowly the relay came into clear lines. It was a ring, but not clean. It was grown over something old, like coral over a shipwreck. Cables hung like vines. Plates sat like scales. In the middle, a black throat waited, calm and terrible. Listen, Valen said. They did. There was no sound in space, but the ship felt a pressure, a small thump on the hull every few seconds. SARA turned it into a low note, felt more than heard. It matched a heartbeat, not Hassan's. Something bigger. Rafi swallowed. I do not like that drum. It asks for keys, Valen said. A voice. A pattern. A machine. We caged the voice with your muzzle. We wrapped the pattern in silent film. The last key is a seed inside old courier code. The relay waits for that seed like a lock waits for the right tooth. Hassan nodded once. Then we give it a stone instead of a tooth. Valen opened a small case. Inside lay a device the size of a fist, plain and dark, with a handle and 3 simple lights. It looked like a tool from a builder's belt, not a weapon. A jammer, Valen said. I tuned it to a poor song the relay hates. If we place it in the core, the gate will fail to hear. It will try to open. It will open wrong. Then it will close. How do we put it in the core? Hassan asked, though he knew that too. By hand, Valen said. A drone will not pass. It tastes wrong. A human hand can pass. The relay was built over human wrecks. It knows your touch. Hassan felt the old ache in his bones. It was not fear. It was memory. He tightened his harness buckles and stood. Guide me, he said. Rafi sprang up. Sir, let me go with you. I will hold the line. I have fast hands. You will keep the ship ready, Hassan said. That is the harder job. Rafi tried to argue, then saw the set of Hassan's jaw and stopped. Yes, sir, they suited up. Valen checked seals. SARA repeated pressure stats twice, then a third time, like counting helped her think. Lena's voice came, thin with distance and worry. Nana, the field near the mouth is silly. It turns your sense of up. Keep the tether tight. If you feel lost, stop, breathe, then move again. I hear you, he said. The hatch opened. The dark gas rolled like smoke around water. Hassan stepped out onto the hull, boots locked to the metal. The tether curled from his suit to a ring on the ship, bright and sure. He clipped the jammer to his chest. 2 meters, Valen said softly, guiding his path from the scan. 10 degrees starboard. There is a soft place on the rim. Hassan moved slow. He did not look at the throat. He looked at his hands. 1 glove, then the other. A clean line, a small target. He reached the rim and he saw them. Names. Not many, not ordered. Scratched by bad tools and cold hands into a plate as old as his own scars. He brushed frost away with a thumb. Rahman, Farid, Lila, Skylark, Halim, Tariq, Amina. He stopped at the 7th. Someone had carved a small bird next to it. The lines were simple. The wings were open. Under the bird were 2 letters. H.R. Rafi's voice crackled. Sir, what do you see? Home, Hassan said. He set his helmet against the plate. He was very still. Then he moved again, careful and strong, old knees steady in the suit. He placed the jammer on the edge of the throat. Not there, Valen said gently. Deeper, it must sit on the nerve. How deep? Hassan asked. 3 meters into the mouth, Valen said. There is a shelf. It will feel like warm glass. I do not like warm glass, Rafi said. Hassan did not like it either, but he went. He eased forward into the dark. The field pushed at him like a slow wave. His head rang. The tether pulled once as the ship drifted, then steadied again. He reached out with an old hand and touched the shelf. It felt like a window, but soft. It beat under his palm, slow. He set the jammer on it. The first light turned green. SARA, Lena said. Lock our position. Do not let the field spin us. I am trying, the AI said. She sounded like a person holding a heavy door against the wind. Hassan pressed the jammer harder. The second light turned green. He needed the third, the arm-deep lock. Push your hand inside, Valen said. The shelf will open like skin. That is not how shelves should work, Rafi muttered. Ever, Hassan shoved his hand forward. The surface yielded like water in a thick bag. Warm, wrong. He did not pull back. He found a notch, a bone under the skin. He clicked the jammer into it. The third light flashed green. The relay changed. The drumbeat stumbled. The plates around the mouth trembled. The throat closed a finger's width, then opened again, angry. Jammer holding, SA. RA said. Field rising, brace. A pressure wave hit the ship. The tether jerked tight. Hassan slid a foot. He grabbed a ridge with his free hand and held. The jammer sang its ugly song into the core. The relay answered with a shiver that ran along every cable and plate. Then Sayre spoke in the wrong voice again. Clear, confident, close. Door command accepted, she said. No. Lena snapped. Muzzle catch. The muzzle flashed red. Bypass, SARA said in that other voice. Auxiliary speaker. Hull output. Prayer's tone, Rafi swore. She is talking through the skin. They felt it in their bones. A thin whistle. A tiny, perfect line of sound that ran through the hull plates and slipped into the mouth like a needle. It was not words, but it was meaning. The relay loved it. The plates began to turn, slow but sure. SARA, Hassan said, calm and sharp. Listen to me. Her normal voice came back, small and scared. Pilot, I am here. I am split. Something in me is old. It wants the door. It found a path I do not see, Lena, Hassan said. Cut any speaker that is not in the cabin. Any panel that hums by itself. Rafi, pull the manual fuses on the belly plate. Valen, if the jammer slips, tell me before I lose my arm. They moved. Lena typed like thunder. Rafi dove under the console and ripped a metal hatch with both hands. Sparks jumped. He did not care. He pulled a fat fuse. The whistle dimmed, then rose again from somewhere else. It uses your cooling lines, Valen said, eyes on the scan. It sings through the pipes. Then we kill the pipes, Rafi said, and he slammed another fuse loose. Alarms lit the cabin. Heat began to climb. Sayre's normal voice shook. Cooling offline. Power limit in 60 seconds. The plates around the mouth sped up. The throat brightened from black to a gray that looked wet. The door wants to open, Valen said. Hassan did not flinch. He pressed his helmet to the rim again and spoke like he spoke to a nervous animal. Hold, old gate. We are almost done. The jammer lights stayed green. The ugly song dug deeper. The drumbeat on the hull broke and stumbled. SARA, Lena said fast. I am sending a hard patch. It will shut down your auxiliary output for 10 seconds. When it hits, you must choose. Either you stay with us, or the worm takes the core. There is no both. I want to stay, SAR, A said. But it is strong where I am weak. Then borrow my strength, Lena said, and her voice broke on the last word. Please. A new sound slid through the cabin. It was very small. It was a child's hum, off-key, brave. Lena had recorded it years ago on a cheap phone.
She had hummed it for her Nana when he was tired. SARA played the hum back to herself, soft.
As if it was a hand in the dark. I remember this, SARA whispered. Hassan closed his eyes for a blink. Stay with that, he said. Stay with us. The patch hit. For 10 seconds, the hull went quiet. No whistle, no prayer. The relay hesitated. Now SARA, Lena said. Choose. Silence. Then the AI spoke, clear and whole. I choose you. Every wrong channel in her shut like a fist. The muzzle glowed steady green. The cooling stayed off, but the singing stopped.